We did it, y'all. You and me, we made it. We did it. We did an entire year of Real Talk with Rach episodes. I am so excited. Thank you so much for being here an entire year with me. It really touches my heart. What's up, y'all? It's Rachel Elizabeth, and you're watching, I don't know why I did this with my arm, Real Talk with Rach. This series is all about starting a conversation or getting you thinking about the things that actually take us further in relationship with each other. And those are the things that you don't really get to at a cocktail party. And I promise you guys that if we continue doing this, which I believe we will, I will come up with a shorter, more concise way to say that and explain what this series is really about. I need an elevator pitch. If anybody's got that, leave it in the comments below. That would be really helpful, actually. Without further ado, I just want to say thank you. So I wanted to do something really special for this anniversary of Real Talk with Rach, but nothing that didn't take a lot of time came to mind. Now, what I wish that I had gotten on camera was me and my female roommate's epic rendition of Napoleon Dynamite's dance this morning, but I didn't have a camera available. I should have. There should always be a camera attached to me some way, somehow, but privacy, y'all. So I didn't have it. I didn't get it on film. I wish I would have, but if you can just take this moment to envision what that must have been like. Okay, now that we've done that, it was even better when you're actually trying to do it yourself. So I highly encourage that. Stop this video right now. No, don't stop it, but do it after the video. Go try the dance after this video. Today on Real Talk with Rach, I want to share something with you. I want to share with you where I was this same time last year when I first started this series. First of all, my relationship with God was at that point, and this is a really good thing, but it was stronger than ever by my own understanding of what it could be. Meaning I had no idea what it would look like to go deeper with God and go further in relationship with God. But at that time, I was closer than I'd ever been before. It was difficult, but it was beautiful. Let's put it this way. Without God, I would have been in a place of utter desperation. But because of God, it felt like desperation, but I was desperate for Him to do something in my life. I was dead broke because of a series of events that had happened that was just, it rocked me. And I had to ask for financial help from my parents, which is honestly, in my opinion, the worst possible thing ever. It is so humiliating and I am beyond grateful. But even then, there were times when God actually put it on my heart not to ask them for help and just trust Him that He would provide. And so those times were also really, really crazy because I couldn't ask them for help and I had to just wait and trust God that He would provide, that He would be and do everything that He says that He is and will do in the Bible. And He always says that He will provide, and He says that He will always keep His promises. It's just about His character, because the cool thing about God, I mean, there's a lot of cool things, but one of the coolest things, in my opinion, about God is that He has to keep His promises, because He does nothing that will mar or take away from or defame His glory. Everything that God does is for one motive, and that is His own glory. Y'all can argue with me all you want on that, but the point of living and breathing is to bring God glory through whatever you do, through however you behave, through your relationships, through literally breathing. Like, that is your goal in life. Now, if that is His ultimate goal, then He won't do anything outside of His character, because that would take away glory from Him, because people would not be able to trust Him. So because everything is for His glory, and there's a verse that says that He works everything together for our good and for His glory. If He's doing everything for His glory and He says that He is good and faithful and kind and love and all these amazing things, then he can do nothing outside of his character. So he's always going to be those things. So this is why you can read the Bible, read about these stories of God's faithfulness, and you can understand that even though it's been a long time since the Bible was written, that's the same God. So if he was doing miracles then, he's doing miracles now. If he was faithful then, he is faithful now. If he provided for people at their absolute lowest point then he's gonna provide for us at our absolute lowest point here now. And I could keep going and keep going and keep going on that. All this to say, God took me to a place last year of needing and understanding my need for him. Does that make sense? So he brought me to this place of absolutely not being able to depend on anything or anyone but him to provide. Like, he took away everything. There was no more time to go out and like force things to happen on my own. The things that I was trying weren't working. Like, everything pointed back to, I gotta get my hands off of this and just let him be God and let him do miraculous things in my life. So he took me to a place of dependence. And I wouldn't have understood what it meant to depend on God if he hadn't taken me to that place. Now, he took me to this place of dependence to show me my need for him, but he showed me my need for him so that he could show himself to be all-powerful and faithful and all those amazing things I already mentioned. So he did that, but when I was in this place, I didn't know what I was supposed to do next. The only thing I did know is that God told me that I needed to leave to receive. And if y'all watched my Leaving La La Land video, which you can check out right here, you'll know that whole story. And I'll explain that better in that video than I will right now. But all I knew is that God said leave to receive. And I was in this desperate place, and I'd been here for about almost a year. Yeah, almost a year. And man, y'all, it's just been so amazing to see what God did and what he came through with for me, because it just grew my faith and it stretched me and it grew my ability to trust him in every situation. And I'm sharing all of this to hopefully help you stretch your faith and to relate to you somehow. So I want to encourage you with this, that if God is going to do that for me, he's going to do it for you too. And he's just waiting for you to trust him. Now, this video isn't about that. This video is mostly about celebrating a year of God's faithfulness, because a year ago I was in this terrible place. Like, I would not wish that on anyone. I don't want to go back there, but God showed me that he was going to do something, and I want to share that with you right now. Okay, so I have a journal entry from right before I started this series. And I had a feeling that I was supposed to do videos again. I did all these videos that I wanted to redo. I wanted to make them better and start that over again. The Cause Fitness videos and the Monday Challenge, which you guys can check out on my other playlists here on this very same channel. I'll link the other playlists up here. But I found this journal entry from when I was kind of feeling this sense that I was supposed to do videos again, but I wasn't sure what, because when I started to try to do the videos I had already done again and just make them new, I just had this feeling I wasn't supposed to do that. I was supposed to do something different. And there's this journal entry. Let's see, it was Sunday, August 28th, so right before September last year. And I was in a place where I was learning how to trust God completely. And the word for that would be surrender. You gotta surrender everything to God. And I was at this church service, and during the worship set, Bethel Church's song Pieces came on, which I absolutely love, and you guys should check that out too. But I heard this whisper. When you start to really press into God, he'll start to teach you how to hear his voice. It wasn't like it was audible, but it was strangely like my own thoughts, but it wasn't something that I had thought on my own. And he said, I want you to do something for me. And it startled me, so I responded with this surrendered, yes, anything. What is it? And I immediately got this reply, and all the reply was, you will know. And so I waited, but then the moment passed and there was no other word. Now, I looked through my journal and I don't have anything that documents this series being the answer to that, but I was just looking through these old journals to find out what I was doing a year ago. And when I found that, I realized that that's a word that I heard from God and wrote down that I couldn't remember the answer to. Like, did he ever answer that? And now that I'm playing back these memories of a year ago and how this series has gone. This series started kind of by accident just that same week or a week later. And the first video was You Are More, and I'll link that up here. It wasn't even a Real Talk with Rach episode. It was just something that God put on my heart, and I decided to record it and share it with you guys. My first video in the series was more of an introduction than an actual video because I had no idea what I was doing. But the fact is, I just now realized like that experience happened with God around the same time that I was getting these nudges to do this video series that I didn't want to do because I was scared. And yet it happened anyway, and I was obedient to it anyway. And I chose to do these videos even though I was scared. I did it anyway. And the result of that, or the fruit of that, if you want to use a Christian term, was this entire year of not only being able to share life with you guys and hopefully getting these conversations started with you and your family and friends, but also this ability to be encouraged while I'm encouraging you. There's so many times when I have shared these experiences and stories and what I'm going through so that I can encourage you and relate to you through them. But while I'm recording, God is actually encouraging me through the same words He's giving me to share with you. There's another video that happened very specifically in, and I can't, it's escaping me right now, but it's one of the videos from this year. It was so cool that I announced it while I was recording. It was crazy. If I remember it, if I can find it, I'll link it up here or down here. But either way, you guys need to check out these videos, and just, if you haven't seen them yet, I'm not saying that so that you watch my videos, because it's not about me. It's to encourage you guys and to basically share my relationship with God that is so far beyond anything that I ever thought that I could ever have. Like growing up, I didn't even know you could have a relationship with God. You could know who He is and know the stories about Him from the Bible, but what did a relationship with God even mean? But if I can share nothing else, this series is my way of helping you, encouraging you, and hopefully introducing you to what it looks like to have an authentic relationship with God. And He's taken me through some crazy stuff, but it's all been amazing. So I highly look forward to the rest of this adventure in this series with you guys. I don't know how long it's gonna be that I do these videos. It might be forever. This week might be my last one. You never know. But I will continue to do what God is leading me to do, and I hope you guys will do the same. I'm going to leave you with a couple verses that God put on my heart to share with you. And even that, like that just popped into my head, and I don't even know what verses He's going to have me share with you, but I'm excited about it because He just had me do that right now. So you guys are amazing. I love you. Thank you so much to my Patreon family. I couldn't do this without you. Seriously, I am beyond grateful. And you guys, I'm in this new place and something is shifting again, and I can't wait to share that with you too. I don't know what it is, but it's gonna be exciting because God is always good and He is always faithful, and He will never leave you, forsake you, or let you down. I love you, and I'm praying for you, and I'll see you next time. If you watched all the way to the end of this video, I want you to tell me in the comments below what is the craziest thing you've ever done to make someone laugh, and I'll see you next time.